The earth was silent. Cities that once reached for the skies now lay broken and crumbling, their steel skeletons covered with dust and overgrown plants. The oceans had reclaimed parts of the land, and forests had swallowed what humans had built. For 3,000 years, the planet had waited in quiet loneliness, a witness to a galaxy that had moved on without it. Beneath the ruins, deep underground, a hidden archive stirred to life. Ancient lights flickered, dust shifting as mechanical arms stretched and polished centuries-old surfaces. For millennia, the archive's AI systems had waited, guarding secrets of a species that the Galactic Council had declared extinct. And now slowly the archive began to hum with life. A soft voice echoed through the dark tunnels. Initialization complete. Human presence detected. From the shadows, humans began to emerge. They had not aged in the centuries, preserved in suspended animation. Their eyes were wide with wonder, taking in a world both familiar and strange. The sky above was the same shade of blue, but the cities they had known were gone. Streets were cracked, buildings hollowed, and the wind carried only whispers of the past. Among them was Commander Elias Veron, a man whose face bore the calm determination of someone who had seen history, and yet carried a spark of hope. He had been trained in tactics, diplomacy, and survival, all skills humanity had perfected before the Council's war. Now he stepped forward, his voice steady. "We have returned," Elias said almost to himself. "Not as the weak, not as the defeated, but as the humans we were meant to be." The group moved through the archive. Holographic screens flickered on, displaying ships, weapons, and technology lost to the ages. Plans for starships that could outmaneuver the Council's fleet. Designs for AI systems that could calculate millions of possibilities in seconds. Blueprints for weapons that could disable an entire armada without destroying a single life. This is beyond anything we imagined," whispered Lieutenant Mara Kess, running her fingers over a holographic map of the galaxy. "The Council thought we were gone. They will not see this coming." Elias nodded. "We will need patience, a strategy. The Council underestimates us because they do not remember the human spirit, and it is time they learn again." Outside, the Earth's surface seemed quiet, but satellites orbiting above detected unusual activity. Unknown energy readings flickered across Council monitors, but the High Command dismissed them. "Just natural anomalies," said one officer. "Nothing to worry about. Humanity is extinct. We have nothing to fear." But beneath the ground, humanity was awakening, and their plans were not just to survive, they were to reclaim their place among the stars. In the days that followed, humans explored the ruins, learning how to repair and reuse ancient technology. They found starship components hidden in secret hangars, engines preserved in vacuum-sealed chambers, and AI cores waiting to be reactivated. Every discovery filled them with excitement and purpose. "This is our chance," said Dr. Soren Hale, a scientist who had spent centuries in stasis. "We have knowledge the galaxy has forgotten. We have tools the Council never imagined, and we have time. They will not notice until we are ready." Elias looked out through a broken window of what had once been a space research facility. The sky was filled with stars, as if daring humanity to reach for them again. "Time is our ally," he said. "Patience is our weapon. And when the moment comes, we will show the galaxy the strength of humans." The first months were filled with planning and preparation. Humans repaired and tested AI cores, rebuilt smaller ships, and practiced simulations. They ran drills in virtual space, recreating Council patrols and imagining attacks that could surprise even the most experienced fleets. They trained their minds and bodies, remembering the lessons of survival, strategy, and courage that had always defined humanity. One day, Mara came running to Elias, her face glowing with excitement. "Commander, you need to see this." He followed her to a room filled with screens and machinery. In the center, a holographic projection showed the galaxy in all its complexity. Lines of energy traced the paths of Council ships, planets, and star systems. And in the corner, blinking quietly, was the signature of a human starship, a prototype they had repaired from ancient designs. "This," Mara said, "is only the beginning." Elias studied the projection. He saw possibilities, risks, and opportunities. Every move would have to be calculated, every strike precise. Humanity could not afford mistakes. "We will start small," he said. "Test our fleet, test our tactics, and ensure that every human is ready. We have waited 3,000 years. Now we act with wisdom and courage." Meanwhile, in the council's chambers, alarms began to sound. Sensors had picked up strange readings, energy pulses unlike anything known. Ships stationed near the outer rim were reporting anomalies, but the council remained confident. Extinct species cannot rise again, their leaders said. Ignore it. Focus on known threats. And so the galaxy remained unaware of what was stirring beneath the surface of a quiet, forgotten world. Humans were awakening, their minds sharp, their hearts steady, and their resolve unbreakable. The council had thought humanity weak, but they had only forgotten one thing. Humans adapt and humans endure. Weeks passed, and the first small fleet was ready. Sleek, advanced starships hummed with energy. Crews trained for months now moved with precision and confidence. Elias walked among them, inspecting each ship, speaking words of encouragement. Remember, he said, we are not only reclaiming our place in the galaxy, we are proving that humans, no matter the odds, rise again. We do not fight because we hate. We fight because we will not be ignored, we will not be erased, and we will not fail. The human fleet gathered at the edge of a hidden space station orbiting a distant moon. Outside, the stars stretched infinitely, silent witnesses to the rebirth of a species thought gone forever. And within that fleet, every human knew the truth. They carried the hope of their ancestors, the knowledge of lost generations, and the promise of a galaxy yet to be reshaped. As they prepared to leave orbit, Elias activated the communication system. His voice carried across the fleet. 3,000 years ago, humanity was pushed to the brink. Today we rise, not as shadows, not as whispers, but as the force we were always meant to be. The Council will see us again, and when they do, they will remember what it means to face humans. The fleet leapt into hyperspace, leaving Earth behind for the first time in millennia. Stars streaked past them, each one a reminder that the galaxy was vast, but humanity's determination was greater. In the Council's capital, reports of energy surges and strange fleet activity continued to arrive. Confusion and doubt began to creep into the minds of the leaders. Something ancient, something thought extinct, was moving again. And for the first time in 3,000 years, the Council felt the stirrings of fear. But on the human ships, fear did not exist. Only purpose, unity, and the quiet thrill of destiny. Humanity had been forgotten, but now they were back. And nothing in the galaxy could stop the force of a species that refused to die. Beneath the calm exterior of the fleet, excitement and anticipation mixed with the discipline of veterans. Every hand had a task, every mind a plan. The awakening was complete. Humanity had returned not as the weak, but as the prepared, the clever, and the unstoppable. The galaxy, vast and unknowing, would soon witness a new chapter of history. One written by humans who had waited patiently, studied their enemies, and now, after 3,000 years, were ready to strike back. Elias looked out from the bridge of the lead ship. The stars reflected in his eyes, and for the first time in millennia he smiled. Let them watch, he said softly. Let them learn what it truly means to face humanity. The human fleet moved through the quiet darkness of space, leaving Earth far behind. Stars stretched endlessly in every direction, each one a potential path, a potential home, or a potential battlefield. Inside the ships, humans were busy preparing for what they knew would come. The moment when the galaxy would notice that humanity had returned. Commander Elias Varon walked the corridors of the lead ship, watching his crew move with precision. Every action, every gesture reflected training, discipline, and purpose. Years of preparation, centuries of planning, and millennia of waiting were culminating in this moment. The humans were no longer the species the Galactic Council had defeated long ago. They were smarter, faster, and more adaptable. Dr. Soren Hale, the lead scientist, entered the bridge, holding a holographic tablet displaying the ship's systems. "Commander," he said, "the engines are performing above expectations. Our AI systems have optimized fuel efficiency, navigation, and defense simultaneously. We are ready for long-range missions without resupply." Elias nodded. "Good, our advantage is not just speed or firepower. It is preparation. The Council will not expect patience and strategy. They will not expect humans who plan 3 steps ahead, and then 3 more." Across the fleet, smaller human ships began practicing maneuvers. Pilots ran simulations, weaving through asteroid fields and performing coordinated drills that tested both reflexes and intellect. Unlike the Council, which relied heavily on predictable formations and overwhelming numbers, humans emphasized flexibility. Every ship could act independently, and every pilot could anticipate multiple outcomes at once. Lieutenant Mara Kess observed a fleet exercise from the bridge. Her eyes scanned dozens of holographic projections. "Commander," she said, "we've discovered patterns in the Council patrols. They respond slowly to unexpected movements. Our simulations show that with the right approach, we can bypass their outer defenses without triggering alerts." Elias's lips curved into a small smile. "Exactly what we need. Subtlety before strength, knowledge before force. Humanity survives by thinking, adapting, and acting decisively. In the quiet of the fleet, humans also trained their minds. They studied the culture, tactics, and weaknesses of the Council. They learned the habits of alien species, the logic behind their commands, and the flaws in their supposedly infallible strategies. Humans absorbed this knowledge quickly, synthesizing it into plans that were clever, precise, and unpredictable. Meanwhile, hidden deep within a remote asteroid field, humans built secret shipyards. There, engineers repaired ancient vessels and created new ones based on rediscovered technology. Hulls were strengthened with lightweight alloys, engines optimized for speed and stealth, and weapons designed to disable enemy systems without destroying planets. Dr. Hale watched the assembly of a new class of starship. "Commander," he said, "these vessels are unlike anything the Council has seen. They are fast, intelligent, and versatile. They can operate independently or in coordinated fleets. Every ship carries AI support capable of predicting enemy movements." Elias placed a hand on the ship's hull, feeling the hum of power beneath his fingertips. "Let them think they are invincible. We will show them that humans never stop learning, never stop improving. Our strength lies not only in what we build, but in how we think." Weeks passed and the human fleet expanded. Small outposts were established on hidden moons and asteroids, serving as bases for resources, repairs, and training. Humans cultivated rare minerals, harvested energy from distant stars, and constructed networks of AI-assisted command centers. Every detail was calculated to ensure that, when the first strike came, it would be decisive. Even among the crew, excitement and focus were high. Humans had not fought in generations, yet every member carried the confidence of a species that had survived impossible odds before. Soldiers, pilots, and engineers worked side by side. United by a single purpose, humanity would rise again, and it would rise stronger than ever. One evening, in the command center of the lead ship, Elias called a meeting with his top officers. Holographic projections displayed Council patrol routes, weak points, and strategic targets. Every line and dot was analyzed carefully. "We will strike the edges first," Elias said. "A small outpost, lightly defended. We test our tactics, our coordination, and our fleet's ability to respond to unexpected challenges. No one will suspect it. The Council believes we are extinct. We will use that to our advantage." Mara nodded. "Our simulations show a high probability of success. We can disable the outpost without unnecessary destruction, capture technology, and gather intelligence." "It is a perfect first move." Elias studied the map, his gaze sharp. "Remember, this is not just a battle. It is a message. Humanity has returned. We are clever, patient, and prepared. Our enemies will learn that underestimating us is dangerous." In the days that followed, humans prepared for their first mission. Pilots ran simulations, engineers fine-tuned engines, and AI systems processed millions of calculations to find the optimal path. Every human knew the importance of precision, discipline, and timing. On the eve of the mission, the fleet gathered near a hidden asteroid, waiting in silence. Stars shone cold and distant above them, and the emptiness of space seemed to stretch endlessly. Yet within the fleet there was a quiet warmth, a shared understanding that this moment could change the galaxy forever. Elias walked among his crew one last time. He placed a hand on Mara's shoulder. "Remember, this is more than a test of skill. It is a test of character. Humanity survives not by fear, but by courage, intelligence, and unity. Trust each other, trust your training, and trust yourselves." Mara nodded. "We will not fail, Commander. Humanity will rise." As the fleet slipped silently into hyperspace, the first target system appeared on the horizon. A small Council outpost orbited a remote planet, lightly defended but strategically important. Sensors detected minor patrols and energy shields hummed faintly around the station. The fleet slowed, taking up positions in hidden sectors. Each ship was ready, each pilot alert, and each AI system operating at peak efficiency. The humans waited for the perfect moment. Elias activated the communication system. This is humanity speaking. We return after 3,000 years. Let this be the first of many steps. Remember, we act not out of hatred but out of the will to survive and thrive. And now we move. In coordinated silence, the fleet executed the plan. Ships split into small groups, moving along unpredictable paths, avoiding detection. AI systems predicted patrol movements, adjusting courses in real time. The Council outpost remained unaware, its sensors fooled by the precision and adaptability of the humans. Inside the lead ship, Mara monitored every movement. "Commander, we are in position. All systems ready." Elias took a deep breath. "Then let us begin." The human fleet struck with flawless precision. Weapons disabled patrol ships without destruction, and key systems of the outpost were taken offline. Human pilots navigated through tight defenses using intelligence and skill rather than brute force. By the time the Council realized what was happening, the humans had already achieved their objectives, disabling the outpost, capturing technology, and retreating without a single ship lost. In the Council's capital, alarms blared. "Unknown fleet detected," shouted an officer. Impossible. Humanity was extinct. Leaders scrambled to respond, but the humans were gone, leaving only the signs of their passing. Disabled ships, altered data, and evidence that an intelligent, adaptive species had returned. Shock, confusion, and fear rippled through the Council. They had underestimated humanity, and now they would pay for it. Back in the fleet, the humans celebrated quietly. No unnecessary noise, no boasting, only a sense of achievement and renewed purpose. They had proven their plans worked, their tactics were effective, and humanity was back in the galaxy not as a memory, but as a force to be reckoned with. Elias looked at the stars, his eyes reflecting determination. "This is only the beginning," he said softly. "The Council will learn that humans adapt. They survive, and when we strike next, the galaxy will remember that 3,000 years cannot erase the spirit of humanity." And so, the first blood had been drawn. Humanity had tested its strength, proven its intelligence, and sent a clear message across the stars. After 3,000 years, humans were awake, and they were ready to reclaim their place in the galaxy. The forge of humanity was complete. Patience, preparation, and precision had transformed them from a forgotten species into a silent, unstoppable storm. And the galaxy, vast and unsuspecting, would soon feel the true force of human ingenuity. The galaxy was quiet, or at least it appeared so. In the remote edges of Council space, a small outpost orbited a gray, barren planet. Its walls gleamed in artificial light, and guards patrolled the corridors, unaware of the presence of a fleet that had not been seen for 3,000 years. Commander Elias Varen stood on the bridge of the lead human ship, watching the holographic display of the outpost. Every detail had been studied, every patrol route analyzed, every energy shield mapped. Humans had planned this moment carefully, knowing that their first strike must be precise, efficient, and undeniable. Lieutenant Marquez leaned over the display. "Commander, all systems are green. The patrols are minimal. Our calculations show a 98% chance of success." Elias nodded, his eyes sharp. "Good. Remember, this is more than an attack. This is a message. Humanity is awake. Humanity is back. Let them see our strength, our intelligence, and our unity." The fleet moved silently, ships weaving between asteroid fields to avoid detection. Human AI systems guided every movement, calculating the fastest paths, predicting enemy responses, and ensuring that no ship would be exposed to unnecessary risk. The Council, confident in its control, had no idea what was approaching. Inside the outpost, alarms suddenly flared. "Unknown vessels detected in proximity," an officer shouted. "Impossible. Humanity, extinct for 3,000 years." But it was already too late. Humans were inside the system, moving with precision that no Council officer could anticipate. Small attack ships disabled communication satellites, while stealth vessels positioned themselves around the outpost. Every move was calculated, every action deliberate. In the lead ship, Elias activated the fleet-wide comms. "Remember your training. Move as one, think as one, and strike with purpose. We do not destroy unnecessarily. We disable, capture, and prove that humans have returned." The first phase began. Energy nets shot out from human ships, disabling the shields of the outpost without harming the planet below. Patrol vessels were neutralized with electromagnetic pulses, leaving them stranded and powerless. Council officers scrambled to respond, but their actions were slow, predictable, and ineffective against a species that had spent centuries mastering strategy and adaptability. Mara guided a group of pilots through the narrow space corridors around the outpost. "We move in 3, 2, 1, now," she said, and the ships surged forward, slipping past sensors and landing bays, positioning themselves to strike the core of the station's defenses. Inside the outpost, Council troops tried to raise alarms, but communications had been cut. Screens flickered as AI systems predicted and countered every move. The humans moved like a shadow, precise, fast, and unstoppable. On the bridge of the lead ship, Elias watched as the outpost's defenses fell one by one. "Excellent," he said. "This is how humans strike, not with chaos but with order, not with fear but with precision. Let them see what we have become." Dr. Soren Hale monitored the data flowing in from the captured systems. "Commander, we have access to Council technology. Their defense protocols, ship blueprints, patrol routes, everything is available. This will accelerate our plans exponentially." Elias allowed a rare smile. "Good. Humanity learns from every experience. Every victory is knowledge gained. Every challenge makes us stronger." The Council's leadership, watching in disbelief, could hardly comprehend what was happening. Reports flooded in from patrol ships, sensors, and planetary stations. "We are under attack. By humans. Impossible." They shouted, demanding answers, but the humans had already achieved their objective and begun retreating. Back on the lead ship, Mara monitored the final stages of the operation. "All objectives are complete. No human casualties. Technology secured. Outpost disabled but intact. Shall we retreat, Commander?" Elias nodded. "Yes. Return to the hidden base. We have struck first blood, but this is only the beginning. Humanity has shown that we exist, that we are clever, and that we will not be ignored." As the fleet slipped into hyperspace, leaving the outpost behind, the human crew felt a mixture of relief, pride, and renewed determination. They had not only proven their strength, they had shown the galaxy that humanity could no longer be underestimated. In the Council capital, confusion and fear spread quickly. Leaders argued and blamed one another for failing to detect or prevent the attack. "We dismissed them as extinct," one said. "We thought 3,000 years erased their threat." Another shook his head. "We underestimated their intelligence, their adaptability. Humanity has returned, and they are not the same species we defeated." Meanwhile, humans returned to their hidden bases, studying the captured technology and integrating it into their fleet. Engineers worked tirelessly, modifying ships with advanced Council systems, enhancing speed, stealth, and firepower. Scientists ran simulations predicting how the Council would respond and preparing strategies for the next phase of their campaign. Elias gathered his top officers for a debrief. "This mission was not just a strike," he said. "It was proof that humans can act decisively, intelligently, and with minimal loss. We have sent a message to the Council. Do not underestimate us. And now we prepare for what comes next." Mara looked at him with determination. "Commander, the Council will retaliate. They may try to hunt us down or reinforce their outposts. We must be ready for anything." Elias nodded. "Exactly. But we are ready. They think 3,000 years have made us weak. They are wrong. Humanity adapts, endures, and thrives. Every move they make, we will predict. Every attack they launch, we will counter. We are not only fighting for survival, we are fighting to reclaim our place in the galaxy." Back on Earth, where the first humans had awakened, the planet seemed to pulse with quiet energy. It was as if the planet itself knew that its children had returned, ready to challenge the forces that had once defeated them. For centuries, Earth had waited. Now it watched as humanity took its first step toward reclaiming the stars. The human fleet, hidden in remote sectors, continued training, planning, and preparing. Each strike they would make from now on would be more ambitious, more strategic, and more impactful. And each council response would teach them more about their enemy, allowing humanity to grow stronger with every engagement. Inside the fleet, morale was high. Humans spoke in quiet tones of their ancestors, of the civilizations they had lost, and of the promise they now carried. Pilots checked their ships, engineers calibrated their systems, and commanders studied the stars. Every person knew that their actions mattered, that their intelligence, courage, and unity were the keys to a future no one else could imagine. Elias stood on the bridge of the lead ship looking at the galaxy before them. 3,000 years ago humanity was defeated, he said softly. But we survived, hidden and patient. We learned, we prepared, and now the galaxy will see what humans can do when we are determined, united, and free. As the fleet moved silently through space, a new chapter in galactic history was beginning. The first blood had been drawn, and humanity had proven its intelligence, resilience, and adaptability. The Council, once confident in its supremacy, now faced an enemy unlike any before. Humans were no longer the species to be ignored. They were the species to be reckoned with. And deep within every ship, in the hearts of every human, burned the same truth. After 3,000 years, humanity had returned, and nothing in the galaxy could stop them. Elias turned to Mara and Dr. Hale. "Prepare the next phase," he said. "We have shown them that humans strike with precision. Next, we show them that humans can strike anywhere, anytime, and always succeed when we work together. The galaxy is watching, and we will not disappoint." Mara nodded. "Understood, Commander. Humanity is ready for whatever comes next." Elias looked out at the stars, feeling a quiet thrill. "Then let them come," he said. "They will learn the strength of the species they once thought extinct. And when they do, humanity will no longer be underestimated." The human fleet accelerated into the darkness, moving toward the next challenge. The first battle was won, but the war had only begun. And as the galaxy slowly realized that humans were back, one undeniable fact became clear. A species thought defeated had returned smarter, stronger, and unstoppable. The Council would soon learn a lesson they would never forget. Humanity adapts, humanity endures, and humanity, after 3,000 years, strikes back. The galaxy had changed in 3,000 years, but some things remained the same. Power still belonged to those who controlled fleets, planets, and resources. The Galactic Council ruled many systems with confidence, believing their supremacy unchallenged. But humanity, long hidden and underestimated, had returned, and the Council was about to learn how dangerous patience, intelligence, and unity could be. Commander Elias Veron stood on the bridge of the lead ship, gazing at the holographic map of the Council sectors. Small dots indicated Council outposts, patrol routes, and supply stations. His human fleet, though smaller in number, moved with precision and confidence. They had tested their tactics, learned from every engagement, and now they were ready to escalate the war. "Commander," Marquez said, "the Council is reinforcing its outer sectors. They've noticed our first strike. Sensors indicate increased patrols and defense preparations." Elias nodded. "Good, that is exactly what we expected. They will act predictably now. Their strength is in numbers and confidence. Our strength is in adaptability and intelligence. We will use their own arrogance against them." The first major engagement was planned in a remote star system. The Council had built a supply hub there, critical for maintaining fleets in the outer rim. Capturing it would give humanity resources, strategic advantage, and a clear demonstration that the Council could be challenged. The human fleet approached the system with stealth, weaving between asteroid fields and using advanced navigation algorithms to avoid detection. AI systems predicted enemy patrols, adjusted the fleet's paths, and prepared contingency plans for every possible Council response. Phase 1 complete, Mara reported. Fleet positions optimized. Stealth systems engaged, ready for initial strike. Elias gave a firm nod. "Remember, humans strike with precision and intelligence. We disable, not destroy. We capture, not annihilate. Every action strengthens us, weakens the Council, and earns allies among those they oppress." As the fleet advanced, The Council's patrols detected the movement, but it was too late. The humans struck simultaneously from multiple directions, bypassing the outer defenses and landing near key supply stations. The battle was swift and efficient. Human ships disabled energy shields without destroying them, allowing ground teams to secure the stations. Council patrols were trapped or neutralized without unnecessary harm. The human fleet used superior coordination, unpredictability, and strategy to overcome superior numbers. Inside the fleet, Dr. Soren Hale monitored captured Council systems. "Commander, we now have access to supply hub operations. We can control their logistics, reroute resources, and prevent reinforcements from reaching outer sectors." Elias's eyes narrowed with satisfaction. "Excellent. Knowledge is our weapon. Strategy is our power. Let the Council fight blindly while we act with certainty." The Council leadership, shocked by the unexpected attack, scrambled to respond. "They cannot do this. Humanity was destroyed 3,000 years ago," one officer exclaimed. "We must retaliate immediately." But retaliation was slow. Human strikes were not random. They were deliberate, calculated, and fast. Each engagement taught humans more about the Council's tactics, weaknesses, and response times. Every battle became a lesson, every victory a step toward mastery. During the campaign, humanity discovered unexpected allies. Some species oppressed or enslaved by the Council approached humans cautiously, offering assistance, intelligence, and resources. These allies had never seen humans as conquerors, only as survivors and protectors. Elias considered the implications carefully. "We fight not to dominate, but to liberate and inspire. Those who see our strength and our ethics will choose to stand with us. This is the true power of humanity, not only our skill in battle, but our ability to earn trust and respect across the stars." The battles escalated, spreading from remote systems to contested sectors closer to the Council's core. Human fleets moved like a storm, unpredictable and relentless. They struck where the Council was weakest, capturing stations, redirecting resources, and liberating enslaved species. Each victory increased humanity's influence and sent waves of fear and doubt through the Council. On the bridge of a captured Council station, Mara observed the results of their campaign. "Commander, we've disabled 4 supply stations, captured 2 patrol fleets, and liberated over 20,000 individuals from Council control. Morale among our allies is high." Elias's face reflected calm determination. "Good. Every action strengthens us, weakens the Council, and shows the galaxy that humanity is back. But we must not underestimate them. Their response will grow stronger, and their tactics more aggressive. Adaptability and foresight will continue to be our greatest weapons." In one of the outer rim sectors, humans faced a more difficult challenge. A Council fleet, alerted by prior attacks, approached quickly, intent on recapturing a liberated planet. The human fleet, though outnumbered, had prepared for this. Using advanced AI predictions, they anticipated the Council's maneuvers, divided their forces, and created a trap that lured the enemy into a strategically vulnerable position. The battle was fierce but controlled. Human ships targeted command vessels first, disabling their coordination. Council ships, confused and unable to respond effectively, were either captured or forced to retreat. The planet remained liberated, and the humans gained additional technology and intelligence from the defeated fleet. After the engagement, Elias addressed his fleet. "This is how humans fight. Not with blind aggression, but with intelligence, precision, and unity. We survive by thinking, adapting, and acting decisively. Remember this lesson, and the galaxy will remember humanity." Word of humanity's victories spread quickly through the Council territories. Fear and uncertainty replaced their confidence. Reports of lost stations, captured fleets, and liberated species challenged the Council's sense of control. Officers argued, leaders panicked, and mistakes multiplied. Humanity had changed the rules of the game. Meanwhile, in hidden human bases, engineers and scientists worked tirelessly. Ships were upgraded with new technology, tactics refined, and AI systems improved. Every engagement added to their understanding of the Council, allowing humanity to grow stronger with every battle. Elias convened his officers for a strategic briefing. "We have proven that we can strike anywhere, anytime, and succeed. But the Council will now focus all their resources against us. We must continue to act with intelligence, efficiency, and unity. Every strike, every liberation, every victory teaches us something new. That knowledge is the true weapon of humanity. Mara leaned over the holographic map. Commander, we now have allies across multiple systems. They are willing to provide ships, intelligence, and personnel. With their help, our reach will expand even further. Elias nodded. Good. Humanity does not fight alone. Our strength lies not only in our skill, but in our ability to inspire others to stand with us. We are not conquerors. We are a force for justice, for freedom, and for progress. As weeks passed, the humans continued their campaign. Council fleets were forced to respond reactively, constantly adjusting to human tactics. Human strikes became bolder, more complex, and more strategic. Every victory strengthened their alliances, increased their influence, and expanded their capabilities. In the council capital, fear turned into desperation. Leaders issued orders to concentrate fleets, reinforce systems, and hunt down human forces. But the humans were always one step ahead, anticipating movements, exploiting weaknesses, and using intelligence to achieve maximum results with minimal risk. Back on the lead human ship, Elias watched the holographic display, noting the progress. The Council underestimates humanity, he said quietly. They think strength is only numbers, but intelligence, adaptability, and unity are far stronger. Our victory lies not only in battles, but in the proof that humans cannot be ignored, controlled, or defeated easily. Mara looked at him with admiration. Commander, the galaxy is beginning to see the truth. Humanity is no longer weak. We are clever, adaptable, and unstoppable when united. Elias smiled, though his eyes remained sharp. Yes, Mara, and that truth will become clearer with every engagement. The Galactic War is not only about ships and weapons, it is about proving the strength of human spirit, ingenuity, and ethics. The Council may have controlled the stars, but they cannot control the human heart, and so, humanity continued its campaign, striking across sectors, liberating planets, capturing technology, and inspiring hope among those oppressed by the Council. The Galactic War had begun in earnest, and humanity's presence could no longer be ignored. The Council, once confident, now faced a species that was intelligent, adaptable, and united. Humans had learned the value of patience, strategy, and precision. And as the fleet moved silently through the galaxy, ready for the next engagement, one undeniable fact became clear. Humanity was back, and the galaxy would never be the same. Elias looked out at the stars, feeling a quiet thrill. We fight not just to win battles, he said softly. We fight to show the galaxy that humans endure, adapt, and rise stronger with every challenge. The war has just begun, but humanity will not only survive, it will thrive, lead, and inspire all who seek freedom. The Galactic War had begun. Humans were no longer a shadow of the past. They were a force of intelligence, courage, and unity that no one, not even the Empire. The heart of the galaxy was no longer quiet. The Galactic Council's capital system, once untouched and secure, now faced a force it had not seen in 3,000 years. Humanity, clever, united, and unstoppable. Fleets gathered on both sides, each aware that this confrontation could decide the future of countless star systems. Commander Elias Varan stood on the bridge of the lead human ship, gazing at the immense Council armada before them. Hundreds of massive vessels bristled with weapons, shields glowing faintly as if daring the humans to strike. Yet Elias did not waver. He knew that intelligence, strategy, and courage could overcome overwhelming numbers. Commander, Lieutenant Marquez said, her voice calm but excited. Council forces are deploying in standard formations. They anticipate a direct attack. They expect us to be predictable. Elias smiled faintly. Then they will be surprised.
Humanity fights with intelligence, not assumption.
Let them learn the truth. Humans do not strike as they expect. We adapt, we plan, and we overcome. The fleet moved into position, hidden behind asteroid fields and using advanced stealth technology. AI systems predicted enemy movements, analyzing millions of possibilities and calculating the optimal path for each ship. Every pilot, soldier, and engineer knew their role. Every move had a purpose. This is it, Mara whispered. The moment history will remember. Elias activated the fleet-wide communication system. Listen carefully. Today, humanity confronts the Council not with hatred, but with the clarity of purpose. We fight for freedom, for knowledge, and for every being oppressed by their control. We act with intelligence, unity, and courage. Let this battle prove that humans endure, adapt, and lead. The first phase began with precision strikes. Smaller human vessels bypassed the outer defenses of the Council's capital system, using unpredictability and agility to disable key sensor arrays and communication networks. Council officers scrambled to respond, but their commands were delayed and conflicted. Every attack was planned to minimize destruction while maximizing strategic advantage. On the bridge of the lead ship, Elias watched the Council's formation falter. Excellent. They are reacting to our actions, not controlling them. This is the strength of strategy, Mara. Patience, intelligence, and precision win where numbers alone cannot. Meanwhile, human boarding teams were deployed to critical stations within the Council fleet. Using stealth technology and intelligence gathered from previous battles, they disabled weapons, rerouted energy, and captured key systems without unnecessary harm. Council crews were overwhelmed not by raw force but by superior planning and coordination. Dr. Soren Hale monitored captured systems, smiling quietly. Commander, we now control several capital vessels. Their command protocols are ours to use. We can turn their strength against them. Elias nodded. Then we do exactly that. Let every strike demonstrate human ingenuity and unity. Let the galaxy witness the power of strategy guided by intelligence, courage, and purpose. In the midst of the battle, the Council's leadership panicked. They cannot do this, one officer shouted. We are the rulers of the galaxy. Humanity is extinct. We cannot be defeated. But the humans pressed on, their movements precise and coordinated. They had studied the Council for centuries, learned its weaknesses, and adapted their strategy to exploit every flaw. Ships that once seemed invincible were captured or disabled. Supply lines were cut. Communication networks rerouted, and allies liberated across the system joined the fight. Elias addressed the fleet. Humanity does not fight to dominate. We fight to free, to inspire, and to lead. Every action we take strengthens those who seek freedom. Every victory proves that intelligence, unity, and courage surpass arrogance, oppression, and blind confidence. As the battle reached its climax, humans executed a final maneuver. Using a combination of captured Council vessels, stealth technology, and coordinated attacks, they forced the Council's flagship into a vulnerable position. AI systems predicted every counterattack, and human pilots executed maneuvers that no Council officer could anticipate. Inside the flagship, Council leaders realized the truth too late. We underestimated them, one cried. We thought they were extinct. We thought 3,000 years erased them from the galaxy. But humanity did not destroy. They disabled the flagship, captured its systems, and established control over the remaining Council vessels. The message was clear. Humans could strike anywhere, anytime, and they fought with intelligence, ethics, and unity. Back in the fleet, Mara turned to Elias. Commander, it is over. The Council is retreating. Their leadership is compromised and their forces scattered. Elias nodded, relief and pride mixing in his expression. This is more than a victory in battle. It is a declaration humanity has returned. We are not just survivors. We are leaders, protectors, and innovators. The galaxy will remember this day. Across the system, liberated planets cheered as Council control collapsed. Freed species joined human forces, offering resources, intelligence, and loyalty. What had begun as a single fleet in a hidden sector had become a coalition of diverse species, united by the example of humanity's courage and integrity. In the aftermath, humans established order with fairness and intelligence. Systems formerly oppressed or enslaved were given self-governance, security, and support. Council structures were preserved only where necessary to maintain stability, but all decisions were guided by collaboration, ethics, and respect for freedom. Elias convened a council of leaders from liberated systems. We do not seek domination, he said. We seek cooperation, justice, and the opportunity for every species to thrive. Humanity has returned, not as conquerors, but as protectors and innovators. Together we can shape a galaxy where intelligence, courage, and unity guide our future. Mara added, we have proven that strength is not only in weapons or numbers, but in strategy, ethics, and adaptability. Humanity has set an example, and the galaxy will follow it if we guide wisely. Even former council officers, recognizing the inevitability of change, joined the new coalition. Their knowledge, when combined with human intelligence and strategy, accelerated reconstruction, technology development, and security across the galaxy. Dr. Soren Hale oversaw technological integration, adapting council systems to human designs, improving energy efficiency, and creating AI networks that could manage trade, defense, and exploration with precision. "Commander," he said, "we now have the tools to ensure lasting peace, prosperity, and progress. Humanity has proven not only its strength but its vision for a better galaxy." Elias looked at the stars, a quiet smile on his face. 3,000 years ago, humanity was defeated. Today we have reclaimed our place in the galaxy, not through destruction but through intelligence, courage, and unity. Our enemies have learned to respect us, our allies have learned to trust us, and the galaxy has learned the value of humanity. Celebrations spread across human fleets and liberated systems. Ships carried messages of hope and encouragement to distant sectors. Planets once isolated now joined a network of cooperation and progress. Humanity's reputation, built on perseverance, adaptability, and ethical leadership, became a guiding light for the galaxy. Elias gathered his officers for a final briefing. The Council will rebuild, but they will do so under a new understanding. Humanity is not a species to be forgotten or underestimated. We have proven that intelligence, preparation, and ethics are as powerful as any weapon. Our work is not done, but today, we celebrate the triumph of human spirit and vision. Mara stood beside him. "Commander, the galaxy sees humanity as it truly is, resilient, intelligent, and united. Our legacy begins today," Elias nodded. "Yes, Mara, and this is only the beginning. Humanity will continue to explore, to protect, and to lead. We have proven that no force, no matter how powerful, can erase a species that refuses to give up, that learns from its past, and that acts with courage and wisdom." As fleets moved through space, restoring order and offering assistance, humans reflected on their journey. From the ruins of Earth hidden for centuries, they had rebuilt their strength, forged alliances, and reclaimed the galaxy. They had fought not only for survival but for respect, for freedom, and for the opportunity to shape the future. Elias stood on the bridge of the lead ship, gazing at the horizon. Stars shimmered like distant beacons, promising new worlds, new challenges, and new opportunities. "Humanity has returned," he said softly. "Not as the weak, not as the defeated, but as the species we were always meant to be. And the galaxy will never forget it." The Galactic Council, once confident in its dominance, now acknowledged humanity's return. The galaxy had witnessed a species thought extinct rise with intelligence, courage, and unity. Humans had struck back, not with hatred or destruction, but with preparation, strategy, and ethical strength. And so, a new era began. Humanity led not as conquerors, but as protectors, innovators, and guides. Freed species joined the coalition. Knowledge and technology were shared. Justice and fairness shaped decisions. The galaxy was no longer ruled by fear, but by intelligence, courage, and cooperation. From the ruins of Earth to the far reaches of space, humanity had risen again. After 3,000 years, they had reclaimed their place among the stars. And the universe, vast and endless, now knew that humans endure, adapt, and triumph, no matter the odds. Elias looked at surrounding him. "We